So, good evening, guys. And today we will see how to do, or today we'll see regarding upgradation. So, in this module, we'll see that how do we upgrade our cluster. So, if you understand that we are using an Ambari and then we have an HDP, right? Ambari hosts HDP. So Ambari say 2. We are using currently 2.1.0 version of Ambari, which supports 2.3, 2.2, and 2.1 versions of HDP, right? So if we want to upgrade, so we can upgrade both of them. Either we can go for upgradation. I want to upgrade, let's say, Ambari from 2.1.0 to 2.2.0. You can do that individually, and if Ambari supports, for example, 2.4 and you're using 2.3, you can do the further upgradation of 2.3 as to from 2.3 to 2.4. Okay, but it is not possible if Ambari 2.1.0 does not support 2.4. You cannot say that I want to upgrade my HDP 2.4. You cannot do that because Ambari 2.1.0 does not support HDP 2.4. Okay, so if you want to upgrade to the newer versions of HDP, you need to first make sure that Ambari is also upgraded. So today we will see how to upgrade our Ambari as well as HDP. And in this module, we'll understand that what do we mean by rolling an express upgrade. It's a very common term in databases where you upgrade your databases. So sometimes, so you say rolling upgrade or express upgrade. We'll see in little bit detail that what do we mean by this. Then and via hands-on, we will see how to upgrade our newer version of Ambari, and also how to see how to upgrade the new versions of HDP. But let us understand first that why anyone should go for upgradation, right? So there are various scenarios wherein you want to go for upgradation. For example, the current release, whatever you are using, those has some bugs, and that has got fixed in the newer version. So for sure, you would like to upgrade. Now, one can also say that I will create a new cluster. But what is the point? Because the older cluster has all of your data and everything, and you cannot afford to lose the data. Or what are the other way? You cannot take the backup and then put in the newer version. All right. The best way is always upgradation, so that your data is intact. So remember that your data should be intact. Your data should not be lost. So current version has some bugs which got fixed in newer version. In that case, you would like to go for upgradation, and maybe some new features has got added up in the newer version, so you might want to use it. So, for example, let's say in HDP 2.3, you don't have an LDAP support. I'm just taking an example. In HDP 2.4, it supports an LDAP, so you might want to go for this feature. And also, we look for a newer versions because those newer versions are more stable, right? So these are the couple of motivations because of which you would like to go for upgrading your Ambari or your HDP. Now there are two kinds of upgradations. One is a rolling upgrade. The name itself says that it's a rolling. So wherein it means that you are going. Okay, there are two kinds of upgrade: rolling upgrade and the express upgrade. In the rolling upgrade, you actually there is no downtime of the cluster. So what does it do? It actually upgrades one node at a time. So if you have 1,000 node, so it will take one node, and then it orchestrates the service one at a time. That means it will restart one component at a time. Okay, and when a component is restarted, it is stopped in the old version, and when it is restarted, it is started in newer version. So you need to understand it upgrades the one node at a time, which means that there is no downtime of the cluster, and it's a very slower process because if you have 1,000 node, then it will do one node, and it depends how much time it does it take. So it's a very slow process. The second is an express upgrade, but in this express upgrade, though it's a very fast process, because it will upgrade all the nodes in parallel. But the problem here is you are going to stop all the services, and stopping all the services means there is a downtime. So administrator has to plan for the cluster downtime. Okay, so there are two available things: rolling and express upgrade. But the best part is we don't have to decide on. The Ambari is very intelligent enough to figure it out whether it should go for a rolling or an express upgrade. And also, and it will give an option. It will give an option whether you want to go for a rolling or an express upgrade.
I have a question. Like, is there any particular scenarios where we have to go for express upgrade, or always it will be selected by Ambari?
There is, for example, there is a Spark, right? It's a newer
Okay.
component
Yeah.
altogether, which does not affect any other cluster. For example, I'm just saying. So, Spark is a new feature, or let's say, um, mm, I would say in HDP 2.4, there is some feature where you want to um, where this feature requires the stopping of all the processes. So you cannot go for a rolling upgrade in that case. There are some features. I'm not sure what
Okay.
kind of features are there, but I'm not pretty much sure that there are a couple of things which will make sure that it's go for a rolling upgrade and express upgrade.
Okay.
So it automatically determines because whenever
Yes,
there
sir.
is for example, you have a journal notes, right? Right. I'm just taking an example.
Yep.
Journal note requires a stopping of all the processes. So
Okay.
similarly, if new processes are coming up which requires the communication which requires a fresh communication, then in that case you will always go for a express update.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, got it, sir.
So
Thank you.
okay, so what we will do now? So that's the motivation, and that's the two kinds of upgradation. Now what we will do? We will bring up our first and the foremost. What we will do first? Let's bring up our cluster, and my all the machines are up and running here. I will open up my Ambari first.
Hello, so. Hello. Hello.
Username admin, password is also admin. I can, so right now I have to start my processes, but before that I will go to about, and it when you click on admin and about, it actually shows you the version of the Ambari which is currently in work. So this is the version of Ambari. Similarly, if you want to see what version of HDP you are using, so you can go to manage, sorry, you can click on this Ambari here, right? Admin, sorry. You can click on stacks and versions, and that's your HDFS here. But I click on the version here, and currently we are using this version of HDP 2.3.000-25777, or you say 2.3 version of HDP. That's your current.
Hello.
Yep. Now let's go for actions and let me restart. Start all. Confirm. Start all. Okay.
So
Now
you will be installing it from a local repository or through internet,
from the local
this
repository.
upgradation.
From the local repository. So what we will do, whatever the versions of Ambari you would like to upgrade to, so you need to first download the Ambari repositories, right? So let me just take up the link which is there with you, which is also there with you in your, I mean to say in your hands-on document. I'll go to the local repository, which is this, which is, let me log into my machine first. And the machine,
So this is a repository machine where you will first download it, right?
yeah.
So one question I have on this rolling this upgrade, as you said, in rolling upgrade, one machine gets upgraded at a time. So won't there be any incompatibility because one machine will be running at a higher version
That's fine.
and the remaining are on a.
No, that never happens actually. It's when it upgrades, so the rest of the thing, see, it has to keep the cluster all the time up and running. And when it is upgrading one node at a time, so it will first upgrade the master processes and then starts upgrading the slave process. And there is always what do you say, a backward compatibility. Now remember that when there is a major upgradation, then you cannot go for a rolling update. So there is one scenario
Oh,
wherein if you are upgrading from, let's say, HDP 2.0, which is entirely a lower version, and then to HDP 2.4, then in that case it will go for an express upgrade, because yeah, because there will be a lot of changes in the formats of your, or formats of data, or the name node, or how does it communicates. Everything will be major change. So in that case, it will go for express upgrade. It will automatically ask for the express upgrade. It will not give an option of a rolling upgrade.
okay. Yep. Okay. Thanks so much. So
So now let me. So I'm on the repository machine. If you want to just verify whether I'm on the same machine or not, I can go to my var www HTML, and I can see my Ambari HDP this thing, right? So that confirms that I am on the right machine. So now I'll quickly download this Ambari repository, and please understand, and please, you can see that here which version of Ambari I am actually downloading. You can see that we are downloading the Ambari 2.2.0 CentOS 7. The CentOS 7 is the OS. Right now we are using a Red Hat Linux, right? The Red Hat Linux CentOS 7 one and the same. Not one and the same, but yes, they belong to the same family. Now I have downloaded the Ambari. Let me also download the HDP 2.4, and this time it's gonna take more time, because here you see that it is. I hope I have given enough space here. 40 GB, I believe I have given. But if it exceeds, then I have to. I have no other choice to bring down this machine.
yeah, you gave almost, I believe, 40 or 50 GB that day.
Yeah.
So I remember first day when we did it, it was 3 point some GB, right? That the HDP. So
Yes.
now it's almost go three times that, right?
Yeah, it's almost bigger. I mean, it's very bigger. HDP components are. I mean to say, now more components have been added. It's a very
Oh,
big.
yeah. Yes.
Let me also open up a new shell and also download that parallelly. Then we are going to do the same thing by creating the directory and everything. The HDP is still downloading.
Actually, I believe there's some internet issues today because the screen gets refreshed after a while. Maybe my internet is slow today.
Okay.
Yeah, for me it's okay.
Yeah, there may be some issues is my internet there today.
46%
It's
it has.
not getting refreshed on. Actually, I see the same page. Download HDP 2.4 and HDP. Are you there only, or you're at some other
I am actually
screen?
on the screen, which is 53% it has downloaded.
Yeah. No, then my screen. Actually, I'll do one thing. I will exit and enter again. Maybe some issue with my net.
Let me check the space, how much is available. So 50 gig space I have given, it's pretty much, I have a lot of space. Almost done. Okay. So we have all the three things downloaded: HDP, HDP repo, HDP utils repo, and the Ambari repo. Right. Now, what we can do here is sudo mkdir var www html, and I can create a directory by name Ambari 2.2.0. Okay. Okay. And I can similarly create a directory by name HDP2, whatever directory, it's your wish, but I'm just following the document here, HDP 2.4. And also see that we are, um, this is the version of the Ambari which we are using, and the HDP version would be 2.4. This is a major version, and this would be your minor version. Okay, now I can sudo cp. Let me pass on the, I can actually move this so that enough the copy, it's not occupy space. So I can move this to my Ambari folder. Okay, then I will move here both of them sudo mb star dot star to HTTP.4. Just move it. Okay, moved. Now let me go inside and untar both the all the tabs. Sudo C.
So
Yeah.
I have one question. Is there any reason why Hortonworks gave a different version to Ambari and different version to
There are two different
HDP?
projects. The Apache Ambari is a different project. Apache Hadoop HDP is a different project. They, as I've told you, they are in a different development habits, both of them. So it's a different project. So that's why you have two things.
So is there any possibility same Ambari can have two different versions? Like for example, Ambari 2.2 is currently having HDP 2.4. Is it possible that Ambari same 2.2 will be having HDP 2.5 as well, or it will be changing?
So I think you have to go again and see that in the current version of Ambari, right?
Okay.
So it has
What all it supports?
2.2, 2.1.
Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
let
Okay. Okay.
me, I am not sure whether you have seen that. When you create a new cluster, actually it asks you the version which you want to choose. I cannot
Uh,
downgrade. Let me just stacks and versions. Can
yeah,
I?
actually was because actually these questions they come now once you start more and more on this. First time these question
It
doesn't come to
does,
the mind here.
right, it does support it.
Sorry.
Ambari 2.1.0, you have to see. I mean to say, you might have seen. I don't know whether you have seen it or not, but it does give you three versions of HDP: 2.1,
Yeah.
2.2, and 2.3. And you have
Yes.
chosen the 2.3.
Yeah. I can recall it now. Yes. Yeah. Thanks so.
And you say sudo tar minus zrxf ambari. Okay. Okay. For the time being, I don't require HDP for upgrading Ambari. I don't have to actually untar this HDP. But let me just because I will also upgrade in the next and later part. I will also upgrade the HDP. So let me untar them as well. It's gonna take time. So meanwhile, I can go and let me delete the Ambari 2, and inside that I think yes, I have not deleted the tar file. Let me delete that. Okay. Now, in order to replace, what you need to do, you need to, in order to upgrade Ambari, first and the foremost, you have to change the Ambari.repo file. Now here you have Ambari.repo file, right? So you're gonna first vi Ambari.repo. Now if you see here Ambari.repo, it is actually pointing to 2.1.0, whatever, right? We need to change these updates, Ambari and everything. So we need to change the Ambari.repo file. So what I'm going to do here is I'll delete. I can take the version from my hands-on document, and here it's the same thing, but I have changed everything. Whatever updates Ambari 2.2.20. Now this particular thing you have to change. The base URL, it is the host name you have to change, and the host name would be what? The host name of the repository machine, right? So let me see if it has completed. No, it has not yet completed. So let me just come out and take the host name. This is my host name. Now, for the time, I would like to see that whether this particular is accessible or not from the browser. So basically, that's a way how you should check it up. You say slash, and oh, I'm very sorry. I need to actually paste the URL. I mean to say the rest of the this particular string to browse my repository. If I'm able to browse it, then oh, I'm not able to browse it. Let me first check Ambari. Is it my HTTP service not running? Sudo service HTTPD status. Okay, it is inactive. So let me start. Let me start in other new address sudo systemctl start HTTPD, and now I can check my status. Let me first enable also, because I think it should be enabled by default. Maybe I forgot to enable it. So I have enabled it now this time, and then I check my status. It is active. Now if I paste, I should see the page first. Yes, it is working. The page has came up, and also I want to check this particular URL whether it's working or not. And if it comes up, that means it's working. Yes, it has came up, so it is working. Okay, that's fine. So it's working. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take up this and copy in all my machines, because the Ambari.repo has to be same across all the machines, right? So that's what you need to do. So we're going to change that. So is it done? Yes, I think finally it has copied. It has untarred. Now I can similarly I will go to my other machines to change the Ambari.repo machines. Sorry, to change the Ambari.repo file. First thing I'll do that. sudo vi etc yum.repos.d ambari.repo. Let me go to my other machine. And change the Ambari.repo. Sudo vi etc yum.repos.d ambari.repo. Okay, I have changed on all the machines. Correct. Now this is my. Let me check what machine I am in right now. I'll just take up the host name. I should be on the first Ambari server machine because we are going to upgrade the Ambari. So that's my Ambari, and the IP address here is the internal IP is 241. Am I on the 241? Yes, I'm on the 241 machine, right? Okay, so first here I'll say sudo yum info Ambari server. Now, when I say yum info Ambari server, you must see that why I did that, because you should understand that it will give you what is that installed package and available package. So the Ambari server currently it says that under installed packages it is 2.1.0, but since I have changed my Ambari repo file, so it says that the available package for the Ambari server is 2.2.0, right? So now I will upgrade my Ambari server. Sudo yum -y upgrade Ambari -server, and please see that it is downloading that RPM from our local repo. Upgraded has been done, and now similarly we're gonna upgrade our Ambari agents. But before that, I will again show you sudo yum info uh, Ambari -agent, and then it will tell you that which version of Ambari agent is available to us. Of course, Ambari agent previous it is 2.1.0. Now under available packages it is 2.2.0. So this is installed. This is available. So when I say yum -y upgrade Ambari agent, so it will be upgraded to this version.
So
Yeah.
I have one question here. Instead of if we do yum -y install, so what will happen instead of writing the upgrade here? Will there be any issues?
Of course, it will not install it.
Okay.
You can do that. It will not upgrade it. It will overwrite it, and which I have done a very wrong thing right now to showcase this. I should not have done that. I should have upgraded it. because upgradation and installation is two different things. You understand that, right?
Okay. Yeah, like upgrade are the points, the delta
Upgradation,
changes which we apply.
when you upgrade, your data is not lost.
Yeah.
Installation, your data is lost. And what I did is right now is the same thing, and I'm not sure what will the repercussions. I should not have run that command. Okay, that's fine. Let me see what will happen. Now, similarly, I will upgrade here. Sudo yum minus y. The data should not be lost. That's my problem. Yum minus y upgrade Ambari hyphen agent. But I believe, see, upgrade right now. Okay, let us. I'm not sure what will be the because both are different. One is upgradation. Maybe I should not have any problem, but because Ambari server, I should not do that because Ambari server is a database, right? It stores everything into the database.
Yes.
So that should not be done. That should be done properly. That Ambari server should be upgraded properly. So where are we right now? We are on the host machine. After all this thing, uh, you are going to what do you say? Upgrade your Ambari server now. Sudo Ambari server upgrade. Now you are upgrading your Ambari server. Confirm you made a backup of Ambari database. Yes, I have performed the backup. And now it's updating the database schema. It's a new one. So 2.2.0, whatever it requires. It has been successfully updated. Now let us start our Ambari servers. Start sudo Ambari server start or restart, I will say. And I have to restart my agents on all the machines.
So Som, these agents are coming from the util when you
No,
download.
this is Ambari agents, no? They come with your Ambari packages.
Okay, Ambari packages. Okay.
HDP utils, you are saying?
Yeah, I was
I think,
talking about that.
yes, that's for HDP only. Ambari is different HDP
Okay.
and HDP utils. That's why if you have observed HDP and HDP utils are kept in one folder, no?
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes, Som.
Similarly, I will say sudo service Ambari agent restart. Similarly, here on the other machine, sudo service Ambari agent restart. Now again, when I restart my Ambari, you will see that that Ambari version should be reflecting the newer version which we have just installed. Okay, let us open up our Ambari. Let's refresh. Okay, admin, admin, and click on. So let me clear the cache. I have to start my services. You can see that here. But before that, I should go to admin about and see that my version of Ambari has changed from 2.1.0 to 2.2.20. So I can refresh. Let me say restart all. I'm very sorry. I can restart all the affected processes.
So right now we have only upgraded the Ambari server. We have not upgraded the HDP as yet, right?
Yeah. This is a little risky operation when your HDFS and YARN HAs are enabled. So I should have actually done it before, but yes, it's okay. But it's a risky operations. When you're upgrading HTTP, upgrading Ambari and all, you will not know. That's why it has given the warning that you have to get the checkpoint or not. Because if something wrong happens, it will be difficult to bring back the data information.
So if we wanted to avoid that warning, we should have first created the checkpoint for the data, right?
For the name node, yes.
Okay.
Okay, let me go to map reduce, restart. Is there any way I can restart everything? Let me go to host, click on all these things, actions, selected host. It will restart all the components. Hmm, okay, anyways, I have done it now. Let me go one by one, restart all affected. I should have actually restarted first the Zookeeper because I am not sure whether it will ask me to again restart the HDFS. Please restart Zookeeper. Okay. Let me now finally I can let me also restart the Ambari matrix. Okay. Now so that completes your Ambari upgradation. And now let's see how to upgrade the HDP. Go to stacks and versions. You click on the versions now. Okay. Now if you see here, click the manage versions. Okay, you are going to click on the manage versions wherein you will see that whether we have a new versions of Ambari HDP or not. So I say click OK. Now here you see what is the version you are using. This is your HDP 2.3 on the test cluster. This is your cluster name. This was your cluster name. And it's currently been on 3 of 3. That means this HDP has installed on 3 machines. Now, what you do now, what we have to do now, we have to register the version. Now, if you see here, that's perfectly fine. Now, if you see that now we have a previously, if you remember, I can go back to I forgot to show you, right? You have HDP 2.3 previously, right? Remember? Now you have 2.2 also, and now you have a 2.4 also, which is a newer version. So I will use this 2.4. And what is the version? If you remember, the version of the HDP was 2.0. If you remember that you have downloaded 2.0. But let me again go to my machine to verify what version of the HDP I am going to, what is the minor version. So I can go to cd/var www.html cd HDP 2.4 ls. Okay, so if you see here, this is the minor version here, 2.0. And let me delete this because it's a 9 gig unnecessary waste of space. I can go inside my HDP, cd CentOS 7, 2.x, and again you have the version as 2.0. So the version which we are going to provide here is 2.0, and then we are going to provide the repositories. So which version, what is the OS you are using? You are using Red Hat 7, and now you are going to give here the repository location, that is the local repository location.
So
Yeah.
I have one question. How Ambari server has identified, you know, that it has to upgrade the HDP? Is it because the Ambari server itself was upgraded?
Did I say that Ambari server automatically knows it has to upgrade? No, I can stop this. I can stop this process right now here itself. It does not have to upgrade.
Okay.
I'm saying you, if
Okay.
you want to upgrade to HDP 2.4, because Ambari 2.2.0 supports 2.4 also.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm saying if you
Okay. Okay.
want, you can go ahead and do it. And since I've already downloaded, since this lecture is about upgrading the HDP also, so
Okay.
I'm saying you can go with the 2.0, but it has to know the repository location because it is going to download it.
Oh,
And I'm going to provide the repository, local repository location, which I've already done it.
yes. 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 So thanks so much.
Let me see what is my host name right now. Again, because I have to provide that here. So this is my host name. Okay. And HDP utils. So you can just cut copy paste because I have provided here for you. Okay, and then save. It should actually, okay, it has registered. Good. Now let me click on this once to figure it out whether it has created some error. No, I don't think it has created some error, right? Let me just give one to just verify whether it actually crypts. Ah, yeah, it crypts. Gives you, right? Can you see that? It just marks red. I save it, and then you say HDP 2.4.0. It's not installed in any of the cluster, so you click on this and it will display you the cluster on which you want to install. If you want to install test cluster, click on the test cluster, and it will start downloading the packages on all the machines. Now, if you see here, now it comes here, HDP current is this, install packages. Now you want to do that? Yes, do the install packages. What it says, you are about to install the packages of version HDP 2.4.0 on all the hosts. If you want, yes, okay.
So one question on this upgradation process: is there any risk, like during upgradation, any issues can come and the whole cluster goes for a toss? How do we prevent?
You cannot prevent, but you can have to de-upgrade. I mean to say degrade the version.
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah. You just see the register version.
But
You can go to the previous version.
actually, my question is more about, if any data corruption happens,
Data will never be
so how
corrupted.
can we prevent?
Data will never
It
be
will not.
corrupted. You're not working with the data right now. Data will never be corrupted. Only thing, the data will be
Okay.
unavailable, because if
Okay.
anything goes wrong, the data will be unavailable to you. So you have to bring it back by degrading the versions. So
Versions.
you take up the backup, snapshots, and everything.
Mhm. So,
That
like, I mean, to be on the safer side, we should take the snapshot of the name node.
everything. You have snapshot of
Okay.
name node, HBase. whatever components we are using. Now, if you see that here, now once you have installed the packages on all the machines, it will tell you whether you would like to perform the upgrade or not. Yes, you want to perform the upgrade, go for the perform upgrade, and you are about to perform. Now you have two things here: whether you want to go for an express upgrade or a rolling upgrade. Okay, okay. Now select select optional upgrade failure tolerance. So I can actually you are okay. Okay, cancel. I think the checks should pass. The checks are failed on both the machines. All hosts, you must meet this requirement before you can proceed. The following hosts must have version 2.4 installed. 2.4.1 failed on this machine. On all the machines it has failed. Rerun the checks. Let me reinstall the packages. And let me see if it has thrown some error. Oh wow. It's removing, and this is the problem, that it has not able to it removing snappy of 1.75. We have already done this, then why this error is coming up? Uh-huh. It says that error package. Okay, let me go to in. I think it's same in all the machines. And how do I figure it out? What is the last option? So it has install versions on both the machines or only one machine. Okay, okay, on all the machines. Install the packages, and it's on the same. Fail to distribute repositories. Sudo yuminfo snappy devil install packages. It's 1.05 and same thing available package HDP utils HDP utils.
So
Yeah,
just a query, like here the size is different actually. Size above I see 24K, whereas below it is 12K.
both are coming to the same. Okay, yum sudo yum minus y remove snappy hyphen devil sudo yum minus y install snappy hyphen devil sudo yum info. Both are no, it's different, right? Again, it's coming as different.
Yeah.
HDP utils, okay. cd yum dot repos dot d vi HDP dot repos. Okay. This is HDP2.3 repo, vi HDP utils.repo, utils.repo. HDP utils. This is the new utils which we have downloaded. Okay, let me just quickly verify. cd var www html cd hdp 2.4 ls. Yep, this is the new one. cd hdp, both are actually same. hdp hyphen utils hyphen 1102.20. And by mistake, did I downloaded the older one itself? That's fine. The post enters .7. Okay. Let me just figure it out. M minus y upgrade. Okay, and let me see what the error says. Snappy, it requires remove snappy of this, and why it has been updated by this snappy. Okay, it requires this. Let me remove this. Sudo m minus y. Remove this. Sudo yum minus y install. But are we not downgrading? Okay, we are upgrading it, right? 1.05. Okay. Let me perform the same set of actions on all the machines. M minus y remove. And then install the latest one. Okay, so let us now see reinstall the packages. So guys, you should actually start. You should do the debugging like this. I have not faced this error earlier, so that's why I'm not documented it. Maybe it's a new OS or something or the other. It has problems, but nevertheless, we should actually see and figure it out that what versions and all things are small things. But yes, you should know how to actually um, see the error, where it comes, how to fix it. But I'm not sure whether it will. It should actually not. Okay, it has not fixed it. It requires Snappy 1.506, but it is installed this. Available is this. Snappy is this. So, same error. Okay, so if it is that the case, let me just it has again failed. I believe yes. all the machines. It is trying to disable the repo HDP -star and enable repo. It says that it requires this. So I'm installing this. Okay. And then again I run this command. It has to nothing to do with it. This particular command has successfully exited, right? Sudo yum-y install disable repo, enable repo. This was fine. On which machine I did? Okay. Let me try out the same command on the other machines. Execution return 1. Again say sudo yum-y remove, and it requires the other one yum-y. It's available is this. Sorry, this is the installed. So sudo yum-y remove. It is this one is installed. I'm going to remove this, and it requires the other one, that it requires this. Sorry, this one. I will install this. Sudo yum-y install this. Okay, and then the enable repo command. User bin. Okay, it says that fine. Why it is skipping all the time then? Okay, I run the same command here on my other machine. It's again it's for the same sudo yum-y remove. It requires this. It is installed this yum-y install the other one. Now let us again reinstall the packages, and let's observe that what's going on. Interesting that CD etc. I'm okay. So I think we should stop here. I will figure it out. I should not waste your time. Okay. So I'll figure out what is that it's going on, and then we will start. I will take it up from here. That what I have done if I am able to resolve it. Okay. Or if you want to
Yeah.
stay, we will stop the class. But if you want to see what I'm doing, then actually I'm just opening it. Okay. So you can. We will see
Okay.
that what we are doing. Okay. So I'm stopping. Okay. Right now. So I'm stopping it,
Yes.
and then once it has been fixed, we can. I'll let you know. We will again start the session. So, the root cause, if you guys are there, then the root cause is basically it has a couple of versions from the Red Hat Linux was also coming up. So what I did, I have actually moved. If you see my repository local data, my repository folder, it has no Red Hat repository. So it was actually cribbing because of the Red Hat repositories. So since it has copied, I can bring back my all my repositories back to my mm, sudo mv red hat star.repo, right, to actually bring back to my tcm.repos.d. So the reason it was scripting because it was having the Snappy, and the Snappy Devil was being provided by the Red Hat repository as well. So what I did, I don't want to overlap it. So for the time being, I have moved it to the different location. So it has perfectly fine. It has worked. That's what I have done. Now, since that has been done, I will, if you see that now I have reinstalled the packages, okay, and now I can go for a perform upgrade. Now, if you see that here, you can any of the things you can fast, you can see either you can go for rolling upgrade or either you can go for express upgrade because both the checks are passed and both are what do you say? Both are actually uh, enabled. So I'll go for express upgrade, which is faster. I say proceed. Are you sure you want to proceed? Yes, I want to proceed. I'll say I have performed the manual steps. You say proceed because it has saying that before continuing, please stop all the yarn queues. If the yarn set yarn resume of work preserving record and is set to true, then you can skip this step. Okay, and then I say proceed.
So, Som, in the real production, we would be having a planned maintenance for it, right? We won't be taking any risk.
Yeah,
Like someone is submitting the job and we are in the middle of upgrading, right?
yeah. So it will be a planned maintenance.
Okay. Actually, it will make sense, right? The company won't be, like the company, who are upgrading their version. They won't take the risk during the normal operation. Like, someone is submitting the job and, the
Yeah,
state might be inconsistency, right? So,
yes, yes. The cluster downtime generally it is done on Saturday, Sundays where most of the business is down. Saturday, Sunday evenings. We generally do on the Sunday evenings or the Monday mornings. So 8 hours of a cluster downtime you actually plan and then you do this kind of activities.
okay, okay. So
Yeah.
actually, yeah, one doubt still, I'm not clear. Previously, I asked the same question, in case if there are any issues during the upgradation. So, what are the things that we should take the backup prior to starting this upgradation process?
Checkpoint of the name node, and that's the main thing. Checkpoint of edge-based services. Checkpoint of edge-based, saving the namespace. And you cannot take the backup of an entire terabyte, petabyte of data for this small upgradation. See, you can always, if during upgradation, if anything fails, you can always downgrade it, because the downgrade was working fine, and the downgrade also goes down. So actually, you should take up. I mean, there are a couple of things which you need to take a backup. The backup of your Ambari server database, you should take it up. Backup of your HDFS names. I mean, you need to take the snapshot of your HDFS, snapshot of HBase, and any other databases kind of activity like Hive server stores. Also, Hive stores is meta store into some database. You should take up that backup. Everything, pretty much.
Okay.
So there is one nice document yeah, from the Hortonworks, that what all things you should actually take care when you are doing the upgradation of Ambari and everything.
But during the exam, they won't be asking to take
No,
all the backups,
no,
right?
no, never.
But they will ask.
No, no, no.
So
Yeah.
this is related, not related to what you're doing now. I have one question. For example, in the HDB exam, so will they already be having the repository local setup, or we have to download it from the internet?
It's a very easy exam. You don't have to worry.
Sorry?
It's a very easy exam. You don't have to worry about this thing. You should know about the concepts. You should know
Okay.
actually how to be done. What they will not ask you to download anything from the internet. Okay, I actually should not record this when I'm speaking about this. I can take it offline, that how what all kinds of questions or what all how the things.
Okay. Sure, sure. Yeah, because we're just middle of uh, doing it, so I thought, okay, and no issues. We'll talk some other time on that.
I mean, it's just wanted to say that these things should not be recorded, because it will actually, if someone sees, and it doesn't look good.
Yes, Som, it makes sense. Yeah. Thanks so much.
It's a very slow process, right? Again, though we're doing express upgrade,
Yeah. Yeah, it is saying something. Now running, wait to leave safe mode.
waiting to leave safe mode. And again, it depends on what all services you have. Right now, we have very less services. Only Zookeeper, HDFS, Yarn, right?
Yeah.
And for
So
most
even then, it's taking so much of time.
first has to going for each and every component.
So when it is upgrading, is it simply replacing the actual binaries, for example, HDFS, no, HDFS core and all those
Yes,
jar file, or it is upgrading those jars? I mean,
replacing.
just trying to understand what happens behind the scenes.
It's just they are pointing to newer versions of the jar. So if you see actually, if you go here, onto your any of your Ambari machines. So CD user H, HDP. So let me just say user ls. You will see HDP right here. CD HDP.
Yes, so
And now here you can see this is the previous version, this is the newer version. And the current is the one which is right now. So all the binaries from this particular folder has been copied to this machine and it's updating everything. So so you have this version. So current is the one which is being executed. It will always be the current, which means that which one is the current one. I mean, it will always point to this. Right now it is updating from. It is taking the jars from this and putting into this virtual machine, into particular this folder.
okay, okay, okay. So it is not doing the upgradation of the jars. It is simply copy paste
Yeah, yeah.
kind of thing, right?
And then restarting the services, stopping and
Yeah.
I think it's gonna take another 5 to 10 minutes to do this. So meanwhile, by the way, are you guys have done all these Excel which I have done it?
Sorry.
Have you done all these exercises?
Um, Actually, this thing I have not done. This offline repository. Otherwise, the other thing which you know, installing through installing Ambari through internet connectivity, that I have done 2 times. But local repository, I have not actually. I'm not sure how to do it. Whether I should set up locally, and yeah, again, this HA also is pending. These two are pending. No, so probably if I find tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. What do you suggest? How to simulate it? Should we do it on AWS on our laptop? Because in my laptop already I'm connected to the internet. So how will I simulate that?
You have to create a new thing. You cannot switch it. You cannot say that now I will do it from the local. I have done it from internet because internet might have been the latest one, and you don't know. So it will be a difficult thing. It will be a little risky. You might run into issues. So I would suggest to go with Scratch.
From scratch? No, actually, what my question is, I'm asking for doing, you know, installation from a local repository. So how should I simulate that? Because all my actually I have two laptops. So both laptops are already connected to the internet. So how will I get? Because in your case, that I'm a bit confused there. How should I make a local repository? Should I would disconnect? Should I first in one of the laptop I should download all the binaries, then disconnect that laptop, and from the laptop where I want to install, point it to the laptop which is acting as repository. Should I do it that way?
Now you have to disconnect from internet means you actually disable the ports. No, 8080 port is the one which actually goes and find out everything. Right? You disable that port. And when I'm saying disconnect from internet, does not mean that you connect your. How do you communicate to the two machines? There is no way, right? They
Actually,
cannot communicate those two machines. Okay. On the same machine, you can unplug your network. So on the same machine, if you have,
yeah, yeah.
okay, in the same machine, you can disconnect your machine with the network. So, okay, let me just finalize this. Okay,
Okay.
so your cluster version has been upgraded. Click on the finalize when you are ready. You are strongly encouraged to run tests on your cluster to ensure it's fully operational before finalizing. Okay, I perform the manual steps and I say finalize, and then I say finalize. It's finalizing the update. Okay. Now the question which you have asked. So let's say meanwhile. So what I'm saying, you have a one big laptop. Under that you have a small virtual machines. Once you have
Yeah.
downloaded one of the virtual machine, disconnect this laptop from the internet. You can try out like that.
Yeah.
And now it's been upgraded. You click on the dismiss, and now you'll see that the one it has become now it has become the current, the one with the upgrade. But you have upgraded to the newer version of HDP. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's all for today. In the next class, we'll see the LDAP settings and other activities. Thank you.